Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Lake Atoka Reservation Association meeting. A little hot. Let me turn that. Item 2, approval of minutes of the September 15th, 2022 Lake Atoka Reservation Association meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. Second.
The motion is second. All those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 3, items for individual consideration. Number 1, resolution recommending Oklahoma City Water Utility Trust receive and approve the Lake Atoka Reservation Association fiscal year 2024 budget, $450,704. Do I hear a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved. I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Second. The motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Receive financial statement and report of independent auditors for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022. Do we have a report on that, or is it just what's in there?
We do not. We would be happy to give you the highlights if you'd like.
No need. Does anybody have any questions on the report?
No.
Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second? Second. Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item C, cooperative agreement with Oklahoma Department of Agricultural, Food and Forestry for trapping feral hogs around the Atoka Lake Reservation Association. This is from March 1, retroactive from March 1, 2023 through February 28th, 24, not to exceed $2,600. Hoping they've had some success on mitigating some of the damage down there through the actions. Does anybody have any questions on this item? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
The motion is second. All those in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Items, we move down to the next item. Items from board members. Receive and distribute the Lake Atoka Reservation Association Agreement, AC 23-002MA, January 1, 2024 through July 1, 2071. On these, do we have that distributed?
It was distributed,
Okay,
yes.
all right. Any questions on this item? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
And a second. All those in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Item carries. Items from the City of Atoka. Lake Patrol and Activity Report provided by Chief Dotson. Morning, Chief.
Hello. Mr. Chairman, I don't have anything to add to the report.
Do I have questions? Okay. Any questions for the chief? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. All those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay. General Manager's report. Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, there we go. 2 reports this morning. One is the lake level and pumpage report. Byron Trent will deliver that, and then Larry Hare will give us the presentation on the project updates.
Good morning. On the lake level and pumpage report, similarly like before, we'll go through the total columns, starting on the left. Our current rainfall total for Lake Atoka was 39.98 inches, and our normal is 46.80 inches, which left us in a deficit of 6.82 inches below our normal rainfall average for this 12-month range. Atoka Lake received a total of 25,022 acre feet from MCA during this 12-month range. Atoka Lake had an average elevation slightly under 587 feet for the 12-month period. At this elevation, the lake volume averaged 93,952 acre feet, and its capacity was considered 85% full. pumpage from February of 2022 to January of 2023 totaled 76,161 acre feet. As I mentioned earlier, with the current rainfalls, we are 6 inches below normal, and very thankful for MCA pumping last year because we were dropping quick with the drought and rain conditions. So they were a big help for the lake. That's all I have.
Good afternoon, Chairman, trustees, or good morning, rather. I'd like to start off with the Atoka roads. The item, we have amended the engineer's contract to go further into the study of what's the failure of the road itself, especially that section in the red that you see here. The concern was that we're probably experiencing some slippage from that mountain that the road is carved into. The good news is it's not from slippage to the mountain. It's just highly active clays that shrink and swell as it gets wet, about 12 to 24 inches down. So the recommendation is to replace and mitigate the shrink swell clays with potash or lime. The rate of the failure mode for the item in yellow is due to being beaten up by heavy construction equipment from the reconstruction of the dam. So the engineers continue with the design. We're expecting the draft engineering report soon, and then we'll proceed with design and construction. Updated construction estimates for these roads is a combined total of about $6.8 million. Going up and down the Atoka pipeline for the segment between Pump Station O and the Colgate Pump Station that is being done by Oscar Renda Contracting for about 3.3 years. Currently, they're doing some clearing and grubbing activities up and down the pipeline. They're also getting set up to tunnel the Muddy Boggy Creek to get underneath that. It's kind of like what's going on for another project I'm going to talk about later on, but not to that extent. From Stonewall to Ada, it's approximately 9.63 mile long pipeline that we opened bid last November. We have McKee Utilities Contracting winning it for $28.27 million, and the estimated cost per pipe for this particular stretch is around $18 million. They have started clearing and grubbing activities. The item that area in yellow is basically as far as they've gotten so far. Excuse me. Ada to the Canadian River. There along the stretch of that pipeline, we're going through some neighborhoods and we're doing some tunneling underneath roads so that we don't cut off access to people's homes and neighborhoods. So that's going on as well. Also along the tunneling front, we are going underneath the Highway 377, or otherwise Highway 9 there around Bing, Oklahoma. We have casing pipe that was already installed back in 2010-ish. So all they have to do is just push the pipe through that, underneath the highway, through that casing pipe already there. I've also got news that they have completed tunneling underneath Highway 1, which is just northwest of the Ada pump station. The Canadian River crossing is the one I was referring to earlier, the one where we're boring underneath the Canadian River. We have 4 drives or tunnels that we refer to. Drive 1 and Drive 2, which are in green, have been completed. The tunneling is complete. The carrier pipe has been installed and welded up. Drive 3, which is the 72-inch indicated in red, we have gotten as far as completely underneath the river. We're now under the other side of the riverbank. And we have not started work yet on Drive 4, which is the 60-inch tunnel. We have contracted with SRB, the trust engineer, to update the emergency action plan for the Atoka Dam, and Mr. Mark Long will give us an update on that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and trustees. The emergency action plan for the Atoka Dam needed to be updated for two primary reasons. Number one, the improvements to the spillway and the dam itself that were completed a couple of years back, and then also due to regulatory changes from the Oklahoma Water Resources Board. The previous emergency action plan had been updated in 2013. So those two factors are why we embarked on this project. We are near complete with the actual emergency action plan. I did want to thank Mr. Danny DeLay, the city manager. He's been very helpful in helping to provide the local response along with Chief Dodson. And then I also want to thank Travis Mullins of your staff. They are going to be critical for any emergency action activities that would go on in the need of that situation. We are looking forward to later this year. Once we've got the emergency action plan approved by OWRB, we will do a workshop where we actually will simulate some of the scenarios for various emergency levels. And so that will be something that we'll be looking to do later in the calendar year. Thank you.
Any questions from anyone?
Mark? Yeah. That's all I have.
Okay.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thanks, sir. Let's move down. This is any citizens to be heard today? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.